Hi friends and new friends. If you haven't been following the discussions around Dash lately, you should know there's been a lot of talk about our unique economics. The dynamic between proof of stake and proof of work, the balance between miners and masternodes, and how to achieve a good overall balance that'll keep us pace with our competitors have been big issues. And now a solution has been proposed and approved by the Dash network. On this episode of CATV, we're going to go over what it was. I'm Christopher Carruthers, also known as Tao of Satoshi, and you're watching Cash Alternative TV. So what is Cash Alternative TV other than that catchy jingle? Well, it's a show about cryptocurrency with a focus on Dash, which aims to be a digital cash for the world, an alternative to cash, hence the name Cash Alternative TV. If that's something that you're interested in, you want to learn more about Dash, or just want to hang out with me some more, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss an episode. Now onto the topic of today's show. In this presentation, I'm going to go over everything you need to know about Dash's unique economics and how we're optimizing it. And we're going to do it right now. Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation, Turbocharging Dash as a Store of Value. If you've been paying attention to Dash lately, you know that we've recently had a big debate over Dash's economics when it comes to proof of work versus proof of stake and mining versus masternodes. Basically everything when it comes to economics in the Dash network has been up for debate thanks to Ryan Taylor. And in this recent article that just came out in Hackernoon, it's called The Double-Edged Sword of Masternodes, What Happens When Inflation Surpasses Reward. It goes over a lot about what happened, and it did it so well that I had to go over it and share it with you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. So economics and Dash are very unique. We have the mining and they have the masternodes. You have them both that receive 45% of the block reward. And then you have the treasury that also receives 10% for a total of 100. And these things interact with each other in an interesting way in the Dash network. Like some would say that the miners take away from the masternodes. Some would say that the masternodes are taking away from the miners. Some say that the 10% is like a developer tax. There's a whole bunch of different opinions in the Dash network, and they're all going different ways. And recently, over the last little while, we've seen Dash slide in the market cap rankings. And Dash Core Group, which is the biggest contractor of the Dash Decentralized Autonomous Organization, he was going through all the numbers and figuring out why is it that Dash is sliding so much when it has so much going for it. And he did a presentation in December at the Phoenix Open House, and he was talking all about how Dash's economics are affecting us in a negative way. So he set out to try to make sure that Dash would have a better footing in the future, and we had to make some changes with our economics. So the Dash cryptocurrency network invented the masternode concept in 2014, and has recently come to an interesting conclusion that masternodes heavily influence the coin's market cap, both for better and for worse. Sounds like they got married. The past 6 years have seen Dash's dramatic rise to the number 3 spot in market cap rankings, followed by its meteoric fall to the 25th spot where it currently resides. And now, after more than 9 months of research, debate, and surveys, the Dash network thinks they knew why this happened. And what's more, they have a plan to do something about it. So the analytics was done. They found out that this was something that was affecting the Dash network. The masternode's ROI was going down. And then that led to more circulating supply, which we're going to go through in this article. So it's a very well done article. And a lot of times you see articles out there that are just slapped together. But the people behind this article took the time to understand what's actually going on in Dash. So we all know the term flatten the curve. It's COVID-19 out there. We all know this curve that needs to be flattened. And that's something that was happening in Dash as well. Once the Dash network deployed masternodes into its architecture in 2014, the network began gradually shifting block payments away from miners until they reached an even split. Half the block reward went to miners and half went to masternodes. At some points in these early days, the annual return on investment, ROI, of running a masternode was as high as 20%. This understandably attracted many new investors to the Dash ecosystem, and the coin sat comfortably in the top 10 market cap for nearly 4 years. But then, in late 2018, something started to change. The expected rate at which new masternodes were being created began to fall, and we're going to see it below. For the entire history of the Dash network, the curve of masternode creation had always stayed in line with the new coin creation. But now, the masternode creation rate started to lag behind the overall inflation rate. So the analysis began. Ryan Taylor wasn't happy with this. He wasn't, as a key member of Dash, some would say the face of Dash. He's definitely takes it upon himself to be a leader and try to figure out what was going on with the coin, because we want to be competitive. We're very competitive technologically, and for some reason we're sliding down the market cap ranks for no real reason. So we're trying to figure that out now. So it was an analysis of circulating coins versus collateralized coins. In late 2019, Dash's continuing fall in market cap rankings led Ryan Taylor, the CEO of Dash Core Group, to start digging into potential reasons. He first compared Dash's annual inflation rate with that of other coins like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So as you can see, the annualized money supply growth of Bitcoin is around 1.8, Bitcoin Cash is 1.8, Litecoin is around 4, and the US dollar circulating supply is around 35.9, and Dash was 7.7, which is much more. And that's the Dash circulating supply, because masternodes were being sold into the circulating supply, is 22.8. So when you think about 22.8% growth of circulating supply versus 1.8 in Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, and even 4% in Litecoin, it's no wonder that Dash was sliding down the market cap ranks. It's just we're just getting showered and bathed in all kinds of Dash, and there's no way anyone's gonna buy all that Dash all at once. So it definitely makes sense from that standpoint. So we're losing ground to competitors. That's the bottom line on that. While Dash's annual inflation of 7.7% is significantly larger than its competitors that hover around 2, like we saw Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, Taylor found something much more compelling, that the slow sell-off of masternodes that started in late 2018 had, over time, dramatically increased the circulating supply of Dash, that is, the coins not collateralized in masternodes, to the tune of 22% per annum as of this year. Wow. It's really hard for Dash to maintain price parity against assets like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash if the circulating supply is growing as fast as it is, Taylor said during a Dash Economics AMA on YouTube recently. I think that it behooves the network to take a close look at this and see if we can get closer to parity with some of these other coins, and then allow our technical and adoption related advantages to accrue to the network. So yeah, that's very simple. Put in simple terms, Dash's technology is great. We have private, instant, and secure transactions. We have Dash platform that's coming up. It's going to be the keys to accessibility and ease of use. So we're very good technologically. We're very competitive technologically. Dash has a lot going for it. And if we can get the circulating supply down to around the same level, even close to the same level as Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, Litecoin, what have you, then we should start to increase in the market cap ranks. And that's what's going on right now in the Dash network. So we have to understand masternodes ROI. There's nominal versus real ROI. So how do we reverse the trend of masternode sell-offs? And why did they start in the first place? In the initial years after masternodes were deployed on Dash, masternode's annual ROI was nearly always higher than Dash's annual inflation rate, or at least on parity with it. But since the block reward is a fixed pie, more masternodes that got spun up over time, the less frequently each node received a payment. This caused annual masternode ROI to settle around 6%, where it sits today. So it was a losing proposition because, believe it or not, like, they're making money, but the network is growing faster than the percentage that they're making. So in total, they're losing pieces. They're losing that chunk of the network that they used to have. Their piece of the network keeps going down. So instead of making it a winning proposition, it's becoming a losing proposition from that standpoint. And here's the crux of the issue. Dash's annual overall inflation rate is 7 to 8%. So this means masternodes now experience a net loss of 1% per year, owning less and less of the total supply of Dash as the time goes on. This effect has likely been felt for a couple of years now, and was what initiated the trend of sell-offs. Taylor said in a recent interview on Dash Talk, "I was initially of the belief that masternodes valued primarily the nominal reward, that the headline number that we all see. When I dug more deeply into the numbers and analyzing past behavior, I discovered that this isn't entirely true. They also take into account the inflation that's created with the new coins being formed. The dilution is more than the reward." So that's interesting. It's definitely a good thing that Ryan was looking into that. So it's not a stopgap solution. He came up with a real plan that's going to have long-lasting effects. The realization has prompted Taylor to put the issue up for a vote 2 weeks ago. Shift the block rewards from the current 50-50 split, with masternodes getting 50% and miners getting 50%, to 60-40, 60% to masternodes and 40% to miners. This shift, he claims, will overcome the effects of inflation when it comes to owning a masternode, and should thus make masternodes an attractive option to investors yet again. What's more, Taylor claims that such a shift should never need to happen again, because by the time the proposed gradual reallocation completes, in about 4.5 years from now, Dash's programmatic 7.1 decrease in inflation each year will take inflation levels below the predicted masternode net rewards at that time. And this vote passed with overwhelming support on July 26th. In full disclosure, I'm a masternode and I voted for it as well. So this is governance, Dash DAO style. we've seen issues with Bitcoin. There's like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 Bitcoins now because they could never get it right. There's 2 Ethereums because they disagreed on governance. But with Dash, we don't have that. So we have the masternodes that vote on options, vote on issues, vote on proposals. Once the masternodes vote is done, once the will has been taken from the decentralized masternode network, you either put up or shut up. You know, the masternode network is staying at the Dash. There's only one Dash. There always has been. There always will be. And if you don't like it, you can start another one, but the miners aren't going to follow you and the masternodes aren't going to follow you, so you're not going to have much of a coin. So this is on-chain governance in action. Members of some of the other coin communities have expressed major doubts that a decentralized network could ever come to consensus around such a large change to its protocol, especially one which affects the rewards that go to miners. But Taylor left no stones unturned during this 9-month research period that preceded the making of the governance proposal this month. He consulted with the executive board at Dash Core Group, various economists, the Blockchain Research Lab at Arizona State University, the community on Discord and forum threads, and of special pertinence, Dash miners, because they're going to be affected by this pretty much too. So he definitely was very thorough, and that's why governance in Dash is very good, because we have that period to learn, to debate, all sides can share their opinion. Because make no mistake, not all sides agree on this. But the people that have been outvoted, they really can't do anything about it. The network has spoken, the will of the network has spoken. It's counterintuitive, but even miners are likely to benefit from this because it isn't a net neutral effect on price. So they may be getting less in Dash-denominated rewards, but if it impacts our price and our ability to grow and attract users, it can actually be beneficial to miners as well. And yeah, the miners will, like, they care about having the Dash to be at the right time, at the right price at the right time. So when the Dash is going high, they're going to be making lots of money, so that's good. So all eyes are on version 16, version 0.16. This is where these changes are going to take effect, and the miners have to signal that they want this change to go forward. So version 16 is where it's at. The change in block reward allocation is slated to be included in Dash Core Group's next software release, Dash Core version 16, which is expected in the coming weeks. While Dash's masternode owners and share owners have expressed strong support for the reallocation via the July 26 vote, a successful upgrade will of course rely on Dash's miners adopting the software as well. This seems likely. All eyes should be kept on Dash for the rest of 2020, not just to see the outcome of this block reward reallocation, but because Taylor also intends to make another governance proposal in August, this one to fine-tune the functionality of Dash's monthly treasury. Stay tuned. So this is kind of making it a sliding scale. They're going to try to make it a flexible treasury. Instead of just 10%, it can go as high as 20 or as low as 0. So that's going to be an interesting one too. So pay attention to that. I'll be covering it here on Cash Alternative TV. So if you're new to Dash, you're just watching me for the first time, you can find out information about Dash on our official site, www.dash.org. And if you're a developer out there who wants to learn how to take advantage of the Dash platform to build all kinds of wonderful applications, you can find out everything about the Dash devs at chat.dashdevs.org. And if you want to know more about me at Cash Alternative TV or the Dash Nation movement, you can find out more at dashnation.com/guide. That has all the Dash Nation amenities and all our platforms, and it has all the Cash Alternative TV platforms that you can follow and friend me on. So that was my presentation, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now. Well, that was my overview of Dash's economics and the proposal that Ryan Taylor put forward that was approved by the Dash network. I hope you enjoy it. I think that there's going to be a lot of results being seen by this. We're going to bring ourselves closer to the emission of Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, and everything will start to look up for the Dash network as a store of value. You've been watching Cash Alternative TV, the official video channel of Dash Nation. Dash Nation is a global group of financial freedom advocates who believe in Dash as a future digital cash for the world. It's unity through financial freedom. Find out how to join the Blue Hearts today at dashnation.com/guide. Looking forward to seeing you in Dash Nation. Well, that's it for me today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and click the bell if you want to see more from me in Cash Alternative TV episodes. Until next time, remember, Dash is a better money for a better future. And that future is getting closer every day. Bye for now.